We gotta talk about a couple of really cool tech choices that I've been seeing out here. Make sure you guys smash the link crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. So we're going to start off over here with That's 10. Now, this started to see place in Argo stars in Japan, and basically what ends up happening is when 10 or more effects have been activated, you basically bounces back to the hand. Now, keep in mind you do get an additional bonus of, for every one of these counters, your monster's getting an extra 100 attack points, but you bounce it back to hand instead of trap monster that can be activated in that very same turn that it's set. Now, what you're getting with That's 10 is your finish. Now, I didn't realize how comically funny that this would be in order to kind of pull off this idea out here of deploying this little monster in order to do a thing. I mean, there have to be 10 effects that have activated in this turn, which, I mean, technically if you're playing against a Malice player, that shouldn't really be much of a problem because, you know, you can still kind of do some of your effects as well to stack up to this, but it's a free board wipe. If your opponent attempts to do anything, well, you got a 3,000 on the field. Okay. And then we're also seeing the Statue of Anguish pattern, seeing some play out here in combination with this stuff as well. Now, the whole big thing with the statue is basically when you're punting up something, it gives you an additional monster disruption to punish the opponent, which is really good. You got to remember, you're playing a trap-based strategy out here. And you're already choosing to play Argo Star cards as it is. So you're automatically, you know, playing not exactly the craziest idea in the book. But if you're looking for something fun, you know, playing That's 10, You're Finished, and the Statue of Anguish pattern out here, all of these are tremendously amazing options that you get to add into this strategy out here to basically try to punish your opponent and play the game. And it definitely, more trap monsters and things like that in terms of your interactions, I think it's actually really, really cool to see. You don't really see a lot of cool ideas like this floating around right now. Duality. So, I've seen a lot of discussion right now. I mean, a lot of discussion with the Dragon Maid stuff, with the Philius or the Philia Regia, the new dragon that we got out recently. Because people are like, hey, you know, we can do Dragon Maid stuff with this now. You know, yes, you can convert your Lattice into this off of Duality for an extra form of disruption to continue to play the game. Yes, that is 100% correct out here. Am I going to be rushing out and putting Duality into my Dragon Maid deck? I don't think so. While I love the idea that's going on with this, I have concerns. I have concerns about the consistency of this, because I would rather have another hand trap, I think, in the Dragon Maid deck than be wanting to dedicate a slot to Duality as a card to try to, you know, set up an extra little form of disruption out here. While, you know, Shio's not exactly the craziest thing, but I mean, having a tidying backing up the Shio is two forms of interruption. I think that's kind of been like the slightly golden standard right now for things. You're basically just setting this stuff up, creating this wall of advantage, and just keep rolling with it. I mean, the big thing the Dragon Maids are always going to have going for them is that consistent, you know, line of monsters that's going to be repeating this advantage train and regenerating themselves back onto the field. That's really what you're getting with this right now. So I think Duality is a cool concept. I think there might be something to it, but in terms of, you know, big game plan, no, I'm not going to be dedicating anything to this. But once again, I mean, this is one of those cool little things to kind of look at and go, well, it's a cool idea. Does it get the job done, though? Azure-eyes, Silver Dragon. So Blue-eyes has been evolving. I think each and every week in Japan, the Blue-eyes deck kind of undergoes this very cool line of evolution. And I think the most recent one that we've seen out here has been the call to the Odd-eye, or to the Azure Dragon out here as this new little piece. Because for those of you that have forgotten what this thing does, it's on special summon until the end of the next turn. Neither player can target your dragon monsters you currently control with card effects. So that means no annoying hand traps trying to negate them. And also, they cannot be destroyed by card effects, so that means that they're going to be sticking around. And then during your standby phase, you can target a normal monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So not only that, I'm going to get my Blue-eyes back onto the field on the next turn, which technically, this is the reason why you're kind of choosing to play the 2 Blue-eyes White Dragons right now, because you want to be able to get these things back onto the field so that you can have that incredibly strong wall of monsters to kind of protect you. Because, I mean, let's call it what it is. If you get 2 Spirit Dragons on the field, you can upwards potentially call out 2 Blue-eyes. And this also means that, you know, your dragons will be protected from getting blown up by the true light as well. While I did like the idea of the Stardust Cypher Dragon, you just kind of risk the point of the Crimson Dragon being negated, which, I mean, I still think Stardust Cypher Dragon is an incredibly good line to play in this deck. I'm very surprised to see that the OCG started to step away from it, though, and that they were just like, you know, we've got better options available. I mean, I guess, but like, I just don't wanna, I don't think it's worth it to step away from that. But the Azure-eyes Silver Dragon, it's kind of cool. Shark cards, I don't know what it is right now with the OCG either, but there's been some little discussions out here about Shark and the water control deck showing back up. Now, I mean, classically, you know, the only big differences here on things are they have Supreme Darkness, which brings an extra shark card or 2, and they have 7 Tachyon out here. Now, the thing I'm kind of afraid on is by the time we get 7 Tachyon, Sharks might be left a little bit behind in kind of the chasm of time, because you had your little bit of a chance to kind of play them, but because the TCG wanted to dally on getting us 7 Tachyon, well, we kind of have run into the issue of our Sharks going to initially take off. I mean, I think the deck is a very fun rogue deck. All right, and I'm going to say that about most of these rogue strategies that we tend to run into out here. They will always be fun on paper to mess around with, but your problem that you're going to be running into is going to be the same as per usual. You have to find a means to make the deck work. And obviously, I mean, your M boards you're hoping to see the Gozen, typically to Shark Lock your opponent, depending on if you're going down that way. The Shark Drake Vice line is kind of cool as well. You've also got access to the full armored stuff, so you get to do a little bit more of an array of things with that. Once again, though, that's all pretty cool as well, but I don't know. It just feels like the board that you're setting up for Sharks doesn't really feel as worth the investment as kind of what you're putting into this. You know what I mean? But I will tell y'all that when we do get this next little boost that you've got out here post Supreme Darkness, I think you'll be sitting pretty okay. You just need 7 Tachyon in order to really bring it all together out here, so you can do your thing. And the last little thing here is White Forest. You got to remember, we'll be getting the Azamina White Forest tie-in in Supreme Darkness. The OCG has really been making me want to play White Forest out here. Just post Supreme Darkness, as we kind of see this new stuff kind of tying itself together and you know, trying to bridge gap. I mean, we've got Chimera out here trying to play the one of White Forest support out here to kind of make this look a lot more inviting. Yes, it is looking kind of fun, but it's a lot of White Forest cards you're going to have to buy if you're trying to play the funner version of the deck. And I don't really want to be rushing out and picking up the core just to want to play. So I guess the trade-off here is, you know, with Supreme Darkness coming, if you're playing Chimera, you only need 1 of these. If you're playing more of a splashable package, probably 2. If you're playing pure White Forest, that'd probably be the extreme that you're going to need 3. Is it really worth it to have them, though? I mean, if you're a White Forest main, this is absolutely mandatory. This is what brings the engines together and allows you to do the stuff that was really, really, really being highlighted for this. So I think, yes, you need White Forest cards if you're going to play the White Forest deck. I know that's something. Robbie, are you okay? Yes, I am. You need the new White Forest Azamina cards in order to play with the old White Forest cards. That power up is actually it's dumbfounding what one extra little card can kind of do for a pool of things to bring them together. So what do you guys think about these cool little tech choices? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. And I will see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys.
Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.